Hello and welcome back to the channel. So what killed G4TV? Well, it's easy to point the finger at Frosk, but really, as with all of these things, it's frequently a combination of events, the perfect storm that happens. And in this case, the things that killed G4TV were many. First of all, they failed to set themselves apart in an extremely crowded market. Another thing that didn't help in this case was, of course, an economic downturn, which is putting a lot of pressure on gaming media. And of course, the infamous rant, which was the proverbial final nail in the coffin. Without further ado, let's get into the story. What killed G4? The full story revealed. This article from bleedingfool.com. Newly uncovered information shows how Comcast reboot was ended by media baiting, poor planning, and the hubris of one Indiana Froskian black. Gamers everywhere sighed with relief when Comcast recently announced their plans to hamstring their shallow reboot of G4TV in its original iteration. G4TV, a low-budget, popular entertainment channel known for its video game news and nerdy content with programs like X-Play and Attack of the Show. Unfortunately, by the early 2010s, TV for gamers failed to resonate with viewers in a changing media landscape. Can you say YouTube? G4 ended in 2014, only to reappear last year unrecognizably. I don't know if I would say it was unrecognizable. I would say it was actually too much of the same. Same as it was before, and there's not enough to distinguish this G4 undead zombie corpse from a lot of other content out there, other than the fact that it's big budget and it's got a lot of production and a lot of overhead behind it. Now, G4's return would be in name only. This esports version would be a YouTube and Twitch venture spearheaded by Tucker Roberts, son of the Comcast chairman. New G4 would feature D-tier YouTubers and diminished returning talent with a focus on comedic skits, conversation, and cringy live-action role-playing segments. Comcast would pour lavish amounts of money into the project and even refurbish the old TMZ building worth around $30 million. But it wouldn't be the lack of money or talent that doomed G4, but as new information shows, the fatal hubris of Comcast and its top host, Indiana Froskian black.
For 2022, we'd be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective. We'd be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Now, as you've heard by now, you've seen the rant, you've heard the rant, but if you haven't, here it is, right? If you want to go check it out, you can. Nothing would encapsulate the problems with new G4 better than the tirade which killed it. In January of this year, just 3 months into the venture, Froskian, the progressive face of G4TV, interrupted a segment about gamer grievances to give a 4-minute tirade attacking gamers for their misogyny, toxicity, and malice, for finding her not as bangable as previous hosts. Then there's a couple of quotes here from that tirade, and again, I'm just not going to cover it because I honestly just don't want to go into it. As you might have guessed, the rant immediately divided the internet with, of course, news media and the left on one side and gamers on the other. And I don't know that that's exactly how it divided up, but for sure, at the end of the day, if you attack your fans and you lecture at your fans, then you make it clear to them that you're not there to entertain them. You're there to tell them what they should be doing and how they should be living their life. And honestly, people tend to reject that. That's why I don't tell you what you should be doing or how you live your life. Sometimes I might offer my own insight on what I would do or what I think people should do. But at the end of the day, it's just my thoughts. And I'm here telling you you're free to do whatever you want to. I'm not here to force you to do anything. And honestly, it doesn't matter your opinion on this. If you sided with Frosk initially or you sided against her, it doesn't matter. You're still welcome at my channel. No hate here. While many initially believed this rant to have been pre-planned, it seems that it was not, according to this article here. According to new information from a source shared with this author, as first detailed by YouTuber Vito Gasoldi, Frosk gave the rant without permission or forewarning. Now, if that's true, that's pretty damning, because the last I heard was this was a pre-planned publicity stunt that went awry. I don't know. So maybe it wasn't pre-planned, but some of those details about her and another individual basically doing this, those parts may have been true because she needed someone to help her with this. Now, Frosk was only supposed to talk about the issues with gaming Red Dead Online, and instead at the last minute fed the TV prompter with the now viral woke tirade. But she did write up some of the stuff ahead of time and put it into the teleprompter. The stunt she pulled, she did not tell people she was going to pull this stunt. She was supposed to talk about what she hated about Red Dead Online's multiplayer, and instead, at the last minute, without telling any of the other hosts, switched the script on the teleprompter and gave them that big speech, which created huge negative PR for the company. Now, I will say that when you watch this, you do see that the people around her are genuinely shocked and surprised at what she's talking about.
But I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead Online: sexism in gaming. In joining G4,
this is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I had no idea.
Now, according to an unverified rumor shared with me, Frosk supposedly evaded firing at the time because some in executive leadership shared her politics and decided to protect her. Like so many companies before or since, Comcast attempted to use this outrage to fuel growth. Yeah, that just never seems to work, though. It always seems to end up backfiring, and at the end of the day, you end up with people who are turned off by this. Anytime you're dividing your fan base, you're never gonna come out ahead of time. So, and at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter if people in the media support you. It doesn't matter if a bunch of, talking heads on CNN or some other media channel go, "This was great." Well, it doesn't even matter if your senior vice president, Blair Herter, tweets out a mention and says, "If you don't hear the below, unfollow me and don't watch us. We are not for you." None of that stuff is going to go over well because it's going to tell the fans that they have to believe exactly the way this random dipshit believes, and that if they don't, they're not welcome. You never tell your fans or anyone viewing your content that they're not welcome. If you don't like what I did and you keep watching me, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not going to tell you to stop. That's a natural gut reaction. I get that, but you gotta hold back. Maybe you look at it as positive feedback. You look at it as a critique, and you try to understand why the person didn't like it. And then you try to find out that there's a reason for this, and maybe you could actually improve your content and improve your product to appeal to an even wider audience. Now, that is how I take criticism that I get and comments that I get. Look, some people are just going to be negative. And if it's just a negative comment and there's no way for me to understand what the person really objects to, I just ignore it and I move on with my life. So let's close this out. As seen on Social Blade, G4TV numbers collapsed after this rant. Although G4 had been growing steadily at about 5,000 subs a month until mid-January, after the tirade, they would only lose subscribers. By March, G4 had attempted everything in its power to save itself, including hawking NFTs, bringing on the sexy hot tub Twitch personality Amaranth to shake her booty for ratings. They privated the diatribe on YouTube and deleted the tweets, hoping people would forget it ever happened. But the internet never forgets. Nothing worked. And in March, Roberts left the company. And in August, G4 president Russell Aarons followed. 2 weeks ago, Comcast publicly announced layoffs for at least 30 staffers. With the announcements on social media, most of the talent wouldn't be returning either. My source says the plan at Comcast is to fire everyone but 5 employees who will pick out which reruns of American Ninja Warrior to fill the dead air with until Comcast ends the channel. Initially, Frosk appeared to evade unemployment until she posted an unfeeling, brain-dead tweet, which was a meme of a smoking iguana boasting, "I survived." Everyone in the company knew Frosk was to blame for this, and this enraged Comcast employees, including Frosk's own supporters, and soon she was out as well, with my source noting that being so tainted, she is unlikely to land any future gig in gaming commentary or news.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Now, the G4 debacle clarifies the arrogance and failures of modern news and entertainment, as few media failures have. No company or industry can expect their audience to show up for them after being insulted. Old G4TV earned its support and spoke for gamers, not at them. Yet again, you're entertaining someone, you're not lecturing them. The fall of G4TV proves that money and media buzz are no fix for poor planning and attacking your audience. Too much overhead and not enough soul. Those in media, and especially game journalism, who believe undermining your supporters leads to long-term growth, should take note. And I will just wrap this up, this epilogue for G4, with these 4 words. Get woke, go broke. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, you want to continue to support the channel, then please do click the like, share, and subscribe buttons. We're currently pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and we just crossed the 600 subscriber mark. Thank you everyone for your support. If you're enjoying the content, please do subscribe as it helps. That's all I have for now, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.